Welcome to Novelty with the Sony Smartwatch 3 here in my first unboxing. Beautiful device by Sony, which is available in two colors, black or yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. There's an awesome song about that. There's no white one or anything else, but you can actually take out the middle part and then just use any straps you would want. Here on the sides you can read a little bit of technical details, like for example it has NFC, Bluetooth, 4.0 smart, also it's IP67 water resistant and dust resistant, GPS, 4 gigs of internal memory, and the battery with 420 milliamps should last you about 2 days. On the other side it also says you need Android 4.3 to run it. That's standard, something standard here that Sony requires. On the back you can see two screens, how it could look like when you're using it. Also you see that we have the watch, cable, and some manuals inside, and you can also read it here again in a different language, in English for example, in German, and some others, as this is listed here on the side. So let's take a look what's inside the box. You can see I turned it on already before. That's why it says I should connect an Android device, which I will do of course soon, not in this video. Here I will just unbox it for you guys and compare it also with some other smartwatches that I have lying around here. So that's the Sony smartwatch. Let's put this to the side and let's see what we have inside the box. So Sony was not lying. We have a micro USB cable, a really small one, and also some important information manuals and some other things to read. Like for example, here you can see a really short manual about that you should just easily connect it to your computer, download the Google Wear app, and then connect via Bluetooth. It's really quite easy. It says it again here in a few languages. Then you have here some kind of declaration of conformity, and here you have important information. Not that thrilling, but let's see what the watch can do. Let's take it off here. There we go. So the strap is quite nice looking. It's easy to close and open. Of course, not too easy. Nice little mechanism, which you can also easily set to have a different size if you would want to. You can just lift here the inside up and then here change the strap to the length you want. Here we go. Then you can close it up again, and now it's smaller. Again, as I said, you can easily take out here the part in the middle and buy, for example, a different strap, but it's quite important that you buy an original Sony strap, or maybe you look out here for this button. You can't use anything else because otherwise you won't be able to turn the device on and off. You can see here again the button will be pressed here, so I could turn the display, of course, here for example off. So you can see now the watch, which has some stuff here printed on. There is also, of course, a microphone built in right here on the top, this tiny little hole right there, and otherwise there's not much to see except for it's waterproof. So I can open here this up on the bottom and easily charge it via micro USB. So you can just get your micro USB cable here. So it's not docking station compatible, which is a little bit sad, because there's really quite nice docks, for example, by Motorola for the for the Moto 360. Of course, this is quite nice, for example, and there's other things. But yeah, here the Sony Smartwatch 3 has this as a solution, which is actually quite nice because you only need a micro USB cable, which you probably have anyway because of your smartphone. Again, you need a smartphone that has Android 4.3, like for example the CM1 by Panasonic in the back. And yeah, then you have to get your software by Android, the Android Wear, and you can see already something that I don't really like. When you press the button on the side, you can see that the display is pressed also in, because this is a TFT display, and yeah, that's not the best solution. So we have here for a comparison here the LG smartwatch. It's the G Watch by LG, so about the same size, same specs for 320 times 320 pixel display. Again, same specs, and yeah, let's continue with a round watch by LG. Again, Watch R, the G Watch R. Again, here thickness about the same. Actually, I didn't compare it here. This is of course a lot more plastic. The Sony looks quite nice due to the metal housing, and it also has GPS built in, which is not a necessity usually. So you can just go run, leave your smartphone at home, and later check out where you ran on Runtastic. Also, as I said, we have 512 megabytes of RAM inside, 4 gigs of internal memory for the software, and a quad-core processor with 1.2 GHz, which is the Snapdragon 200. Bluetooth 4, NFC, and micro USB, we're already able to see that. And again, here the Moto 360 watch, you can see it here. Quite beautiful, a little bit more expensive, and also metal, and has interchangeable straps. If you want something that's not Android Wear but also looks quite interesting, here we have the Samsung. That's the Samsung Gear S, but it only works with Samsung. So actually Sony does work with any Android out there, so that's really quite nice. If you want something that doesn't have a display, for example, I have the Misfit Shine. I really quite love that little guy. And if you don't want to spend that much money, for $50 you already get the Misfit Flash, which has the same features, and also here just a few LEDs to tell you how much you ran or what time it is. So this was the Sony Smartwatch 3, available now in different colors, as I said. Thank you much for tuning in. The full review will come up soon. This was just an unboxing and first hands-on. Thank you much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.